Hey, it's Mike. In today's video, I want to talk about whether you should be investing in ETFs or individual stocks. So I want to kind of just show you the difference between the two and then give you my personal take on how I've learned to approach whether I want to invest in an ETF or an individual stock, because I think it might be helpful for your various different types of investing strategies. So just a brief overview. This might be a little simplistic if you know a lot about stocks, but I just want to do it just in case people are very new into investing. So ETFs are exchange traded funds that can represent a basket of stocks, a sector, a commodity, or a strategy. Most commonly, you'll see something like the S&P 500 ETF, the spiders represented with the ticker symbol SPY, or the Vesco NASDAQ 100 that's represented by the symbol QQQ. And obviously, an individual stock represents an individual company. So, ETFs are better for people who want less volatility and also take the possibility that an investment will, so-called go to zero. If you invest in a stock can go bankrupt. Usually, an ETF is not going to, quote unquote, go bankrupt because you have a basket of stocks, or it's usually not, all of your money is not in one particular investment that can go to zero. But individual stocks give you the possibility of a big upside and getting multi-bagger gains. It's usually not the case with ETFs because there's less volatility and there's more of a basket of stocks. You're not going to get, a doubling or tripling in ETF in 1 year, where there's the definite possibility you can get that with an individual stock. Now, I do think newer investors should look at ETFs before they look at individual stocks. I kind of wish I did that when I started investing. I would say, first of all, look at index ETFs that represent, the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. Start with there, and then as you get more experience, you get more comfortable researching stocks, then you could go ahead and look at individual stocks. Also, ETFs provide you with a range of investment strategies. Like I said, sectors, indexes, countries, commodities. You could buy an ETF that represents a country or entire sector like Europe or parts of Asia that, takes out Japan or China. Just, a big range of investment strategies with ETFs. So let me give you my personal take. What I've learned on individual stocks versus ETFs is that because of the volatility and the chance for bigger gains, I like individual stocks for long-term investments. I'm talking about at least over 12 months, usually 5 to 10 years, like investing in, GameStop, investing in the Bitcoin mining stocks like Marathon and Riot. They have huge volatility. They could go up and down 60, 70% in 1 month. So in order to ride out that volatility, I say, okay, I'm going to be invested in that company for 5 or 10 years because I believe over the long term, the extreme long term, the company is going to be worth a lot more than what it is right now. So that's why I like individual stocks over the longer term, because I'm able to handle the volatility. I'm not going to be worried about the daily movements of it. Now, for shorter term trades, I like ETFs because there is less volatility and I don't have to deal with some sort of scandal that can send, like an individual stock, there could be a scandal or something that could cut the stock in half. That's usually not going to be the case with an ETF. But for short-term trades, I like ETFs because there's less volatility and they're more likely to move into the direction that I think they're going to move into. So for instance, I'm invested in the energy sector, XLE. I started that investment in late January, and I'm going to stay in it until the end of May. I choose that over putting my money in an individual energy company because there's going to be less volatility, and I'm just going to be in that. That's going to be a 4-month trade, but usually the trades are 1 to 3 months. Like in November, I'm going to get into the NASDAQ as a tech trade for the Santa Claus rally instead of going into an individual tech stock because I'm just looking for a gain of hopefully 10% over a couple months, which is really extraordinary. But I'm not going to take a risk with an individual stock to try to get a 30 or 40% gain because it could easily go down 30 or 40% if there's a accounting scandal or some sort of black swan or rogue wave. So that's my take on individual stocks over ETFs. Again, longer term investments looking for those big gains, handle a lot of volatility, I would go with the individual stocks. Short term trades, you think that maybe play a seasonal trade or technical trade, a golden cross or death cross trade. Look at the ETFs, 1 to 3 months window. So those are my takes on ETFs versus individual stock trades. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. I do multiple daily updates on stocks, trading strategies, and market updates. Thanks a lot.